Some days are even hotter. Clark's Pet Emporium has loved pets and their owners for 50 years. Clark's on Lomas, west of San Mateo, Winona at Wantabo, and at clarkspets.com. This report is sponsored by Clark's Pet Emporium.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years.
Telling it like it is.
So what does it tell you in the offseason for Sean Payton and the Broncos when he has publicly ripped Harsh, the previous coach, and he kept starters in for 4 series on their first preseason? They got a lot of work to do. It's not necessarily coming together.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays at 1 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Ask Sherwin-Williams during the 4-day super sale, August 18th through the 21st, and get 40% off paints and stains with prices starting at $26.69. That means 40% off our most popular color family, blue. Psychologists have found it to be soothing and relaxing, which makes it especially great for bedrooms and bathrooms. And of course, get 40% off all of our other colors. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Happy 62nd birthday, Granddad.
Thanks, sweetheart.
I got you this.
A mug. Oh, thank you. What does it say? Beware. If you are 60 or older, you may be at increased risk of hospitalization from RSV, respiratory syncytial virus, compared to adults younger than 60.
Not all dangers come with warning labels. Talk to your pharmacist or doctor about getting vaccinated against RSV today. Learn more at bewareofrsv.com. Brought to you by Pfizer.
Eric Strauss here. My front door was beat up, old, and ugly. CertaPro painters helped me choose the right color, and now my home door looks like new. And everybody who drives by gets a front door smile. They're honest, clean, thoughtful, and they have the attention to detail. Schedules fill up fast, so now and your project.
You got 2 more minutes.
Business is independently owned and operated. Schedule your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with the C for your home or business.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FRIEND to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FRIEND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FRIEND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
With every other attorney in town talking about winning and how much they've won, it's time we look at the facts and set the record straight. Lerner Rowe has helped over 150,000 people collect billions of dollars for their injuries, with over $1 billion recovered in the last 5 years alone. We have over 50 attorneys and over 400 legal professionals and their resources to fight for you. The reality is, there's Lerner Rowe, then there's everybody else.
Lerner Rowe can get you more. Call 544-4444.
Multi-state offices. Carlos Uri Espinosa is the managing attorney, 2711 Carlisle Boulevard, Northeast Albuquerque.
Yeah, like most people when they were children.
Great interviews, and you've got the Rich Eisen Show podcast.
Mike Florio, who's coaching for their gigs this year, do you think?
Brandon Staley, the Chargers, have to be. The way that they ended the 2022 season. And I think Robert Kraft put everyone on notice, including Bill Belichick, that it could be over. And Rich, every owner is thinking about the easy part is getting rid of the guy I have. The hard part is finding a guy who's as good or better.
The Rich Eisen Show podcast, wherever you listen.
Don't show up to work without a tape. Everyone will know. And they'll talk about you in the lunchroom over a ham sandwich. It's the opening drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Mike is hot.
7 to 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Oh my God, Roman twins here. Let's go.
Yeah.
Would you want to be just a center fielder, or are you an outfielder? Like, how do you self-identify?
Outfielder now. When I was younger, and I was a prospect, consider a prospect, I was a center fielder.
Okay, but now it's just put me in the lineup, coach.
Put me in the lineup, wherever you see fit.
Yeah. I was going to say, so my thing when you're playing the outfield is, do you have to warm up the arm different? Does it, depending on if you're in a corner or if you're in the middle?
No, not necessarily.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty much the same.
Okay. Okay. I could never make it I'm going to give you a real number. 3 hops. Like if I'm in right field to home, center field, I was like, oh, I got it all day. I can make this thing.
Right.
For some reason, I would psych myself out. And I'm like, nah, I couldn't hit the broadside of anything out there.
Because you're all crow hop, no arm. That's a problem.
100%. That's true.
All arm. That's prone for injury.
Then that is me. I'm 100% prone for injury. Roman Quinn joining us. Obviously, we were joking before you sat down with us. This would be the fastest interview ever. Because is this official? Are you the fastest dude on the planet that doesn't run Olympically? Is that how this thing works?
I think some people would argue with me, but
yeah,
I would consider myself as being the fastest person on the earth.
Is there a ribbon or a trophy or something you get to hang in your locker that says you're the fastest dude on the team? And follow up, has there been a competition?
I wish. The only competition I had was a friend of mine when I was in the 12th grade, and we would attend all these showcases, and we was the 2 fastest in our draft class. And every showcase, they would make sure we was running against each other.
Nice.
Every one of them. He never beat me.
That's when
you see all the scouts are handing over stacks of cash to each other. They got points on you.
Isn't it funny how important of a skill that is when you're a kid to be fast?
Most definitely. I have to credit playing football and playing basketball as, for most of my athletic ability.
So anytime an athlete who sits down with us brings up a sport that's not their professional sport, I think the question that always comes across our brow is, did you choose baseball or did baseball choose you? If a lot of guys will say, oh, I had more of a passion for hoops. I had more of a passion for the gridiron, but I was just a more excelling at baseball. Was that your story, or was baseball always the love?
Baseball was always a love.
Yeah,
I chose baseball. I had an opportunity to go to the college to play football and basketball.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew baseball was the better path for me to, play professionally.
And that's an interesting college one too, because no one goes to college on full ride baseball.
No,
that's a myth.
Correct.
Yeah,
right.
But football you can, basketball you can.
Most definitely.
For some reason, there's a pot of money there for collegiate athletes. But when you were coming out your draft, it was a little bit of a different process for you coming out of high school.
For sure, it was especially these guys now, man. We had 0 social media. The resources that these guys have now when it comes to hitting resources, when it comes to weightlifting, that's things we was non-existent when we was in high school.
So when you're growing up, when you're coming up in the game, Little League, Connie Mack, whatever you called it, in Floribama, were you because everyone knows the best athlete, that's the shortstop,
Sure.
That's the pitcher. Were you all those positions, or are you just straight outfield forever?
I played shortstop, thanks to my dad.
Told you. Told you.
Yeah, thanks to my dad, I played shortstop, and the older I got, the more I converted to center field.
Because everyone in the dugout, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were the shortstop for their Little League team. They were the pitcher for the Little League team. And then eventually you get to a level where you got to specialize. When was your moment?
I think my moment was my 9th grade, my freshman year in high school.
Mm-hmm.
When I was just stuck solely to focusing on playing center field and sometimes shortstop. But pitching was out of the question for me.
You're out?
Yeah, I was out on pitching.
Well, Roman, he's the starting shortstop, starting running back, starting point guard, but he also is the best in the city at fighting the girls off with a stick. That's what St. Joe was like for you coming up.
I was more of a keep to myself type of guy.
Yeah.
I end up marrying my high school sweetheart.
Let's go.
Oh, love that.
Let's go.
So we've been married for 5 years now. We have 3 beautiful kids.
Oh,
and
heck yeah.
one
Congratulations.
Still down there in the Panhandle, or are they
still down there in Floribama.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 3 kids, 1 on the way.
Mhm.
5 more. You got your starting 9, baby.
You're for real. I think my wife would disagree with me, but
Roman's call me up right now, Rocky. Listen, I'm in my prime earning years. We got to get this bank account right.
I gotta get it straight.
Hey, have you ever seen any of those scouting reports on you that when you were getting scouted, they were still being done by hand?
Right.
Have you ever seen any of those like since the draft? The Phillies took you, is that right?
Yeah, the Phillies
Yeah.
took me.
So have you seen any of that stuff as you were coming up? Has it slipped into your possession?
The only way it slipped, I hope I don't get my buddy in trouble. My best friend, he's a scout for the Minnesota Twins.
Okay.
And he searched my name and went back on like the scouting reports that they had written up on me and showed me a couple of them. And,
pretty
it was
close.
it's
pretty
cool.
laughable.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see.
I was gonna say, is it that weird stuff that we traditionally hear about? Is it like hey, good handshake didn't cut his nails? Is it stuff like that?
Yeah, you would be surprised at some of those things that goes into the scouting reports, and it's just like so irrelevant to the game of baseball.
Yeah,
it's
sure.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Needs to clean up the neckline.
Yeah.
Hair's too long.
Yeah, exactly. Looks like a hippie.
It says before sentences. And you're like, yes, he's nervous. That's a child. Figure it out.
Obviously, you're not going to talk smack about your hometown, but how much better is the weather here?
It's a lot better.
You get
a lot better.
You get to walk around in a dry shirt here. It's sweet.
And I'm fine. I get to walk outside and don't have to worry about sweating through my clothes. You know, so being in Florida, the humidity is tough, man.
Whenever we sit down often with AAA guys, there's two types of AAA guys, right? Like guys who haven't been to the show yet and guys that have come back down from the show. You've been to the show, right? You had your major league debut. You were a dude who was so very fortunate to just passing by us now, a friend of the show, Eric from Rio Grande Credit Union, absolute dude. So as you've had your debut, what was that experience, man? Like walk us through your phone call or your sit down, just give us goosebumps and give the friends of the show a little bit of in-depth understanding.
Of course, it's a day that you'll never forget. I remember step for step, hour to hour.
Yeah.
It was 2016. I was in AA, Reading, Pennsylvania, and we just lost to the Yankees AA team in the playoffs. And the manager, Dusty Watson, called me in his office, and I'm really cool with Dusty. And he was like, man, you had a great year, but it's not ending now. And I looked at him like,
okay.
He was like, yeah, you're going up to the big leagues tomorrow. Congratulations. And man, I just got goosebumps. And I called my mom, and called my wife who was my girlfriend at the time, called her and got them up there, and it was a cool experience. And the next day, we took a limo up to DC. We was playing against the Nationals, and it was on 9/11.
Ooh.
9/11/2016
in Washington.
Yeah. DC.
For the team, the city that founded freedom, Philadelphia.
Sure. For sure. And so I get to the field in DC. I pull up to the clubhouse. I go to the manager's office, Pete McKinnon at the time, and
is there somebody walking you in, or you just like lost?
Yeah. So no, guys, they got guys everywhere in the big leagues. Man. Everybody escorting you everywhere. So I go into the manager's office, and I was just expecting, you know what I mean, the handshake. I wasn't going to play today, you know what I mean? Just introduce myself again. And he was like, yeah, good to see you again. Glad to have you here. And by the way, you're in the lineup today. So I was hungry, and instantly the nerves just hit, and I wasn't hungry anymore.
Yes.
And I get to my locker, look at my jersey, and media is already there. And I was like, I looked at the travel.
It's 24, right? You're wearing 24 because are you a Griffey guy? Like, what's 24 about?
No, 24 was a number that was just assigned to me.
All right, I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm in.
So I get to my locker, the media is there, and I was like, I looked at the travel guy at the time, and I was like, I need a minute. I need a minute to calm myself down before I speak to media. And spoke to the media, went out on the field, and it was, man, everything you can imagine and more.
And then is that pulling up your stirrups? Is there just like everything is longer, or is it like you on the playing surface? Is it so fast?
Man, everything, it's just a triple deck. Like everything is much bigger. I walked out on the field. I'm just looking at the triple deck, and it's just like the stadium is swallowing me right now, and I'm mixed with so many different emotions. And I can remember the first ball hit to me. I didn't see it off the bat. And I had to sprint in, make a dive and catch, and it was.
You made the catch.
Okay. I didn't see the ball. I know how it is. You lean back a little bit. You time it just right. Come on, man. Who are you talking to?
I had to make it look good.
Was there a guy in the club? Was Ryan Howard like in your ear, just like ribbing you on something? Was there
No,
anything like that?
Ryan was actually a really good dude, man. And
That's a
just
good
so
dude. He's from St. Louis.
Yeah,
I'm familiar with him.
And that just so happened to be the year that he retired. And it was unbelievable to get to play next to him and all those guys that was in the clubhouse at the time.
So when you get into the clubhouse, was there any veteran ribbing, any pranks, any hazing, or just business?
It was a little bit of both. I remember we went to Atlanta and we had to dress up, and all the rookies had to dress up in a costume.
Okay.
AJ Ellis at the time was pretty much like the veteran guy that led the clubhouse and had everyone dress up, and we went out and had a good time.
Love that.
Nice.
Roman Quinn joining us on the program. Obviously, we're talking a lot about you breaking into the league. We're talking a lot about your time around Major League Baseball and AAA. But here we are, Albuquerque, my man, right?
For sure.
Playing the outfield, playing all parts of it, big part of a lineup. But the team can put up 7 runs at a night, can put up 10 runs at a night. That might not be enough runs.
Right.
Like, how different is the PCL? How different is Albuquerque from some of the other places you played?
It's very different because I've been on the East Coast mostly. This is my first time in the PCL. It's different, man. It's different just to see like a ball that's usually a routine fly ball just get out.
Yeah.
The ball's carrying different, especially the high balls, and it's a different league, man. The ball when the pitches doesn't spin as much, but being here for 2 weeks, I could just already notice like the difference in the leagues.
So speed, man, just blazing fast speed. How excited are the people who get to hit behind you when you're on base? Because the pitcher always has one eye on you.
For sure. I think it makes it a lot easier for the guys behind me and the guys that have speed to hit in the front of the lineup just because of, you putting pressure on the opposing pitcher and guys tend to see more fastballs because like they're worried about the runner and they want to get a clean. They want the catcher to have a chance to throw the guy out and just getting in the pitcher's, getting in the pitcher's head is like part of like the strategy that I try to bring to the table.
Are you faster running around the bases or running in a straight line?
The answer is both, Fred. It's both.
That's a good question. I think it's different. Running in a straight line, my burst is a lot quicker, and I get the top speed a lot quicker. But when I'm running bases, it's like a gradual thing where I just build speed the longer that I go.
When you first walked into the clubhouse, did you and Wynton Bernard just size each other up? Was it like, have you got like, we need to know, have you lined up on the foul line yet and just gone?
Nah, man, me and Wynton at the age where like if we go out there every run, we might blow something now. We're not trying to pull no hammies in
so fun. Roman Quinn, thank you for being a dude, my man. Thank you for sitting down with us. Thank you for laughing and sharing your story. Congratulations to you and your family. Congratulations to the growth of it. What size are you? Like a large?
Yeah, large.
Grab me a t-shirt here before you
I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Roman Quinn, he's a dude, friend of the show. When we get back, more 2 Men On live from Ice Coast Ballpark. It's 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
This report is sponsored by
Clear. Good job.
This is Protection. Yep, Protection. The everyday skin protection ritual that protects your skin from mosquitoes. Prevention is the best protection. Off, the #1 dermatologist recommended repellent brand, SC Johnson.
We got 2 new accidents, one at 528 and Westside Boulevard. Expect to see a slight backup both directions on 528. There's also a crash at Indian School and Uptown Loop. That's just causing a little bit of east and westbound congestion. And a SWAT situation reported at Trumbull and Mesilla. Police have asked that you please avoid the area.
Your neighborhood Napa Auto Care Center is now hiring technicians and service advisors. Visit autocarenm.com/jobs for a list of independently owned shops looking for help. Apply today at autocarenm.com. This report is sponsored by Napa Auto Care Center's Business Development Group.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years.
I'm Amy Lawrence with the CBS Sports Minute, sponsored by NHTSA. What's the worst that can happen if you drink and drive sober, or get pulled over? Maybe this time the Commanders will actually strike it rich at quarterback. They named Sam Howell the starter with no place to go but up, from dead last in a division with 3 playoff teams in 2022. They've had 13 different QBs in the last 6 years. Not a recipe for success, so let's see if this works. I'm Amy Lawrence.
The Jim Rome Show
It's been more than 2 months since the JETS landed Aaron Rodgers, but the vibes are somehow still as good as they were the day that trade became official. When was the last time you could say that about this team? Not since Broadway Joe was out there in his mink coat and white cleats. They finally have the pieces in place to actually contend. They are the most interesting team in the NFL right now.
The Jim Rome Show, weekdays at 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
These days, it's important to know people and businesses you can trust. There's a lot of places where you can buy a vehicle, but there's only a few local dealerships where you'll find honest people who have your best interests in mind. And Fiesta Subaru is one of them. We've been helping our neighbors save money and drive dependable cars for years, and we'd love to help you. With new Subarus arriving daily, you're going to love our selection and the peace of mind you'll get driving a Subaru from Fiesta. So stop by and see us today at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas, or just start driving now at fiestasubaru.com.
Keeping your kids safe is a full-time job, whether it's putting on outlet covers, installing child gates, or gluing down your priceless face. So Duracell made one part of childproofing simple. Our lithium coin batteries are the only ones coated in a non-toxic bitterant to help discourage swallowing. Your kid is safer, and you've got one less thing to worry about. Or glue down. Duracell, engineered for more. Available in 2032, 2025, and 2016 sizes.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail. The ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way, offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional grade products. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Take a small step toward a big future for your child and get them caught up on their vaccines. Just like helmets, seatbelts, and all the other ways you keep your fearless child safe, vaccines are a proven and effective way to strengthen your child's immune system to protect them from illness and set them up for a bright future. Don't wait, vaccinate. Make an appointment to get your child caught up on their vaccines today. Get started at vaccinenm.org/kids.
Sound off right now at 246-0610. Come on.
I'm making your mic hot.
Hey, Marie, you don't know this about Van, but he's like a super good beatboxer. You know that? True.
No, I did not.
Here, hold on. Let me chat GPT a rap song real quick about baseball. And then, okay, so Van, you drop a beat right now, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to rap the rap song.
Okay, we'll plug it in first.
Oh, wow.
And then you tell me when we're ready to go.
All right, we are ready because it's chat GPT and it's done.
They don't take long at all. Ready?
Yep. Stepping up the plate, I'm ready to shine. Baseball's my game, it's my prime time. In the dugout for a tight-knit crew. Gather around, listen up, here's what we do. Fastball's coming in hot. There you go, Amory.
Look at Amory's face.
Yep, right
oh, God, if you're not watching on Facebook Live or YouTube Live right now, that is the face of disappointment.
Well, you can beatbox, my friend.
Fastball's coming in hot, can't touch my heat. Batters swinging, but they ain't meaning defeat. Curveball's wicked, It'll make you spin. Strike 3, take a seat. It's a pitcher's win.
Chat GPT, I'm putting, 3 more months. It's going to take over the world.
It's the best damn rapper of all time.
Enjoy your summer, friends of the show, because AI is coming for you.
We're playing baseball. Ain't no room for doubt. Running those bases. Hear the crowd shout. From the crack of the bat to the outfielder's dives, this is our passion, our lives, our drives. Hey, Marie.
Yes.
Hey, Marie, I know you're plugged into the stand-up comedian and local rap scene. Can you put me
I
and
mean,
Dan into
I
a
don't
rap
know.
battle? Can you put us in a rap?
I think you guys could do that yourself, but you don't
Well,
need me.
as long as we can read it off Chat GPT.
Yeah, as long as we can do that.
I don't trust Fred's freestyle game.
I always end up trying. I can't tell this joke. I'm just gonna let this one.
Okay.
It's a very good joke. We're bellied up to the bar. You guys would have laughed insanely. You would have said, "Fred, little edgy."
Fred.
Yeah, classic Fred mess around.
Did you guys talk about Rob Gronkowski when I was gone?
When he did his stand-up comedy, we didn't. And we can right now. Let's just throw it in. Ben, did you see this?
You got clips?
No, I
didn't.
That isn't exactly what I was going to bring up, but
should we come back to it?
No, well, I'll just give
Gronk
no,
stand-up?
Don't even wait on it. Here's what it is.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Gronk did.
I mean, I can look it up.
He's been doing stand-up, and
I can see that.
He's got people riding for him. Obviously,
Of course.
He's got some of the worst enablers.
Oh my gosh! And all of it. Here's his stand-up.
But he's likable.
Oh, not in stand-up. So
Okay.
here's his joke. So you ready? Hey, you guys know I'm good at football and partying, but did you know they're one and the same? A fly route in football is when I catch a football. A fly route at the club is when I'm getting away from a ugly girl.
Oh.
It's the entire set.
Oh.
It's every single joke.
And people just laugh out of fear.
Oh my gosh.
Just out of fear.
Yeah. You know, I got a lot of Super Bowl rings as a player, but as a player, I'll never have a wedding ring.
Oh my god. I can't you said he had enablers. I can't find the stand up yet, and I'm not actually
That's
sorry
okay.
for
I
it.
think Fred just did it.
But
you don't need to.
Tom Brady was his number one enabler and told him to do it.
Yes. He said this. He said, Tom Brady wouldn't have any Super Bowl rings if it wasn't for me, even though he had 3 before he met me. And people laugh. And he goes, this isn't.
I wonder what has more rings, Tom Brady or the inside of that tree I ripped down with my bare hands.
Oh! That's Rob Gronkowski jokes. That's 100%.
Well, what I was going to bring up is that Rob Gronkowski was on Up and Adams. That's Kay Adams' show. If you don't know who Kay Adams is.
I don't.
No, who's that? Michael
Yeah,
Kay?
right. Come
Who
on,
is
guys.
it?
You don't know who she is?
What's her name?
Kay Adams.
I'm looking her up. K-A-T-E, Kate?
No, Kay.
All right.
K-A-Y Adams.
I am not familiar with her.
What? Really?
She works with the Vikings?
No, she.
Oh,
no.
she seems nice.
Yeah. She's very nice. She has her own show now. She was on the NFL Network, and now she has her own show.
So I didn't notice. We're mostly talking just because she's like a pretty white girl. Is that why we're talking about this?
No. She was
Amory
on.
brought it up, and we
She
wouldn't
was
have
on.
otherwise.
She was on Rob Gronkowski. Rob Gronkowski was on her show, and I thought this was. I was going to add this to my headlines. I know I've been absent the last 2 days on the other side of the studio.
We're ready. We got 2 minutes.
But Rob Gronkowski said there's one coach that could get him to come out of retirement, and I want you guys to guess it.
Oh, I like this game.
Yeah, I already know who it is.
Okay. Because he said it in a stand-up?
No, but it's got to be Pete Carroll.
Nope.
It's Sean Payton.
Nope.
It's
we should get a teller soon and play this game.
Was it his coach when he was with WWE, Santino Marella?
Absolutely not.
Oh, see, that would have.
I'll give you a couple more guesses.
He also did you know he was wrestling Sabby Piscatelli for a minute, and he played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for some time. He was
I know the answer.
Oh, who's that?
He's still got eligibility left. It's Pete Saban.
Is that who it is?
Nope. And you mean Nick Saban?
Who's that?
Okay.
It's obviously Tom Brady.
No.
All right. Well,
I was very surprised by this answer.
Yeah, this fish is about to be off the hook if you don't land us. Who is it?
Okay, Rob Gronkowski said the one person to get him out of retirement is coach of the New York Giants, Brian Dable.
Well, then go.
Yeah, what? Cool.
He said
Their
Brian
soft-ass
Dable.
quarterback needs all the help he can
That's a
get.
soft flex.
Yeah.
He said Brian Dable wants me on his roster. I know it. I love to pretend that I can still play. It makes me feel good, but no, I can't. I'm washed up. But I like to pretend. Give me a call, Brian Dable.
Hey, you kind of sound like Rob Gronkowski when you talk.
Yeah?
What?
That's how he talks.
Is that how he talks?
He talks with like that emphasis on the end of sentences.
I just, when he talks, no matter what his voice is, I just hear Sloth from the Goonies.
Hey, you, Tom. Big thank you to everyone who makes the program go around, and we'll get to them whenever we get back. Live from Icefields Ballpark, just 34 minutes away from Michael Peterson. Thanks for hanging out with us before the weekend. It's Zooming On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Clear.
Let your head down. Me and Mike about to bring the heat. To the future, bring the bangers in the Jeep. Now the pandemic's over. I'm moving like Bob Marley. I'm a Buffalo soldier, and I ain't sorry. Come on, come on, come on, come on, Let it bang, let it bang. Let it bang, let it bang. You better give me that, give me that. Go up, set, go up, set.
We got a new accident reported at Lomas and Eubank. Right now, we're seeing delays mostly north and southbound. You've also got a crash at 528 and Westside Boulevard. Expect to see a slight backup going eastbound. Plus, that SWAT situation that's at Trumbull and Mesilla. Police have asked that you please avoid that area.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. You do anything to keep your vehicle happy. Let's make sure it stays running smoothly. With eBay Guaranteed Fit, the right parts are just a click away. When you see the green check, you know that part will fit. Get the right parts at the right prices. ebaymotors.com. Let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years.
Jim Rome with your Rome Report. I stand by it. The New York Jets are the most interesting team in the NFL right now, but do not get it twisted. The Miami Dolphins are not far behind. The Jets might be stacked, but so is Mike McD's team, even if they don't have half the hype or the buzz that the Jets have right now, which is why I love the Cheetah, Tyreek Hill, and Tua, both coming out in full troll mode yesterday. And yes, I think Tyreek Hill was trolling everybody when he said the way he gets ready for the opposition is by playing Madden the night before the game. I'm not buying it. Yes, he sounded serious. And if anybody could get away with it, it's the Cheetah, but I'm not buying it. There's no way he's prepping for Sauce Gardner or Patrick Surtain by looking at what the nerds at EA Sports wrote down for their speed and strength ratings. I mean, come on.
Your vehicle is one of the biggest investments you have, so it only makes sense that you protect and care for it. It's Jeff Symbieta, and I strongly suggest you call On the Spot Automotive Detailing. They are the best because they offer more than detailing. Their ceramic coating and paint protection film can help you maintain your car and keep it looking new. No more water, dirt, and mud stains, and their protective layering helps prevent UV oxidation damage from the intense sun. And to top it off, they also offer window tinting services and a lifetime warranties available. Visit OTSDetailing.com for info. That's OTSDetailing.com.
Keeping your kids safe is a full-time job. Whether it's putting on outlet covers, installing child gates, or gluing down your priceless vase. So Duracell made one part of childproofing simple. Our lithium coin batteries are the only ones coated in a non-toxic bitterant to help discourage swallowing. Your kid is safer, and you've got one less thing to worry about. Or glue down. Duracell, engineered for more. Available in 2032, 2025, and 2016 sizes.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail. The ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way, offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional grade products. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
These days, it's important to know people and businesses you can trust. There's a lot of places where you can buy a vehicle. There's only a few local dealerships where you'll find honest people who have your best interests in mind. And Fiesta Subaru is one of them. We've been helping our neighbors save money and drive dependable cars for years, and we'd love to help you. With new Subarus arriving daily, you're going to love our selection and the peace of mind you'll get driving a Subaru from Fiesta. So stop by and see us today at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas, or just start driving now at fiestasubaru.com.
8240BL Albuquerque is 95.9 FM, AM 610 KNML Albuquerque. The sports animal. Proud to be a Cumulus media station.
Even if they're not that proud of us.
Now betting for the sports animal. Our afternoon drive. Number 2, Men On, and Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Marie Castillo. This is 2 Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
Check it.
Here you go.
It's time to rock. It's time to rock. It's time to rock. Hey, yo, the party don't stop. It's time to rock. It's time to rock. It's time to rock. Hey, yo, we take it to the top. It's time to rock. It's time to rock. It's time to rock. It's time to rock. It's time to
The
rock.
NFL Hall of Fame is not important.
Wow. I mean, just an overwhelming, resounding wow.
It's not the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Nothing's the Baseball Hall of Fame. Comparison is the thief of joy, my friend. Don't compare anything to the Baseball Hall of Fame.
The championship, we about to win, celebrate all night, and then we do it again. Check it out, check it out. It's time to rock. It's time to rock. It's time
This
to
is
rock.
the reason I bring this up. It's Adam Schefter. Adam Schefter goes off, I don't know, for a while, I guess, about Mike Shanahan not making the Hall of Fame. He uses like not TV language. So he's like, I think it's a bunch of BS. Mike Shanahan is a Hall of Famer yesterday, today, and tomorrow. It's ridiculous. Who made these 50 people the voices of God and the deciders of fate? Like, who comes up with these stupid rules talking about the voting process for the NFL Hall of Fame and those who vote? Very excited to talk about this for a couple of reasons. Number one, anyone who votes on awards is losers. Cannot stress this enough.
I think it's an honor for sports writers and beat writers to be included and have that vote. I know a lot of people in this industry aren't like us.
Yes.
And they care very much. And this is an honor to them that they've been waiting their whole career for. So they take it super seriously. And apparently in this situation, way too seriously.
In baseball, it's like beat writers for teams. That's like the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Football, it's similar. I know a couple guys that vote for the NFL Hall of Fame. Like, I'm friends with them.
Right.
You want to know what they know about outside of voting for the NFL Hall of Fame in the NFL? They don't know anything. I know. I've helped them change tires and stuff.
No, well, you're saying they don't know anything, like they can't change a tire.
Yes.
Yeah, but they know all of Kenny Stabler's stats from the 73 preseason.
You know what I forgot to do was tell you who allows us to be here at ISO Park today.
Good idea.
That's John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker, the sponsor of this mobile studio. Don't forget I-9 Sports. We don't have an I-9 varsity today. We'll come up with one. Big thank you to I-9, by the way, for coming out last night to Duke City Championship Wrestling. They had a little representation, got a bunch of names, bunch of signatures.
Yeah.
Get your kids involved in some youth athletics. Don't also forget the YMCA Central New Mexico got our big Topgolf event coming up. That's on the 31st. Come hang out with the boys, get a bay. We're going to have a lot of fun doing that. The 669er is where I should have went today.
So you're talking about the Topgolf charity event for the YMCA on August 31st?
That's the one I'm talking about.
When you say bay,
yeah,
you mean don't bring your boo. You mean a bay as in where you hit the golf balls from. Sign up.
It's at Topgolf.
Go to ymcacnm.org.
Yes.
Sign up.
Sign up.
Whether it's just you or you get your own team.
Correct.
Or it's a company.
Yeah.
Come have fun with the boys.
Come hang out with the boys, play Topgolf.
Last year at the tournament might have been the best day of my life.
Here's the thing. You, friend of the show,
not
if you
me.
want to come and do this, you do it. You buy the thing. You get the bay. And then what are you doing? You're supporting the YMCA, a 501c3. What do you do with that receipt to your business? You put it in the deductions. Deduct that boy.
Oh, so you get to party with the boys for free. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, and you get to slide some money in the YMCA daddy's pockets.
Yeah, and pull one over on old Uncle Sam.
Yeah, isn't that right? Hey, mommy.
I'm not going.
Okay. Right on cue.
Next Thursday.
But it sounds really nice.
It is really nice.
It's the most fun one human can have.
Next Thursday, we're live from ABQ Axe. We're going to have a lot of fun there throwing the axe. Also, you can get half off when you come and do it with the boys. Don't forget, while we're there, we're drinking Red Door. Teller lets us while we're there. They don't mind.
That's very nice of them.
Yes, Teller teas were delicious last night. Big thank you to Chris Lurig of New Mexico's Vodka, Teller Vodka, for coming out and supporting Duke City Championship Wrestling last night. That was the best. And last but not least, and I only say that because Steve Palmisano of the Albuquerque Duke store made all of the merch for Duke City Championship Wrestling. And I know the number. You guys, I'm just going to say it on air. We sold like almost $2,000 worth of merchandise last night. And I go, people love T-shirts.
Yeah, duh.
Like T-shirts made by Steve Palmisano of the Albuquerque Dukes.
The quality of the merch and the screen printing and embroidery that he does there is top notch. And there's a good damn reason you sold that much merch, because it's so quality.
So quality.
And on top of the Duke City Championship Wrestling merch,
yes,
you know what else he made?
What's that?
The 2 Men On Season
Let's
3
go.
T-shirts, baby.
Oh, where are those Brentwood Baddies
Coming
shirts
out
at?
next week.
Working on it.
Are you?
Yeah.
I showed some mock-ups of the Brentwood Baddie shirts to Steve Palmisano of the Albuquerque Duke store. I showed some to him, and he goes, well, these are good. Oh, okay. That's
cool.
Thought they were great. See?
He doesn't understand the Brentwood Baddies yet.
Who does?
We do.
We do.
We've been really selling it here on the Sports Animal.
When you say selling it, I mean just
promoting,
leaning into it with all of our possible weight and effort.
It's the only thing that really matters in life is how everyone survived Brentwood Boulevard. The mean
Buck's here.
The mean streets of the Northeast Heights.
Yes. Adam Schefter's right, though. The people that vote for this Hall of Fame thing are a bunch of weirdos.
That's not what he said.
That's
Those
what I
are
heard.
the words of Fred Slow, not the words of Adam.
Quote,
Fliff.
who made these 50 people the voices of God and the deciders of fate?
Buck Burnett's stopping by.
That's like a Transformers line. That's like a Michael Bay thing.
Yeah.
Joining us on the program for the show, Aaron Burnett. Aaron,
He'll be back.
Okay. Hi and bye,
so real
Aaron.
He said he'll be back in 5 minutes because he's working KKOB and he wants to come talk to you guys.
Oh, what a sweetie.
Are you talking about co-owner of Duke City Championship Wrestling, Aaron Buck Burnett?
Yeah.
Is over on KKOB right now.
Yeah, hosting for filling in for TJ Trout.
If you are a radio listener in town, you got a lot of pro wrestling talk this week.
Yeah, sure.
You really did.
Pretty smart having some of the owners of Duke City Championship Wrestling. Almost all of them wield microphones.
Yes, every single one of them.
Pretty smart.
And those that like support us adjacently, like Steve Palmisano of the Albuquerque Duke store, used to wield a microphone. It's like we're all addicted to attention.
Huh. What do you know?
He was hanging out at the merch booth last night for Duke City Championship Wrestling. And like, I really wanted you to go there and encourage people to have him autograph their shirts.
Man, that would have been a great idea.
Sweet.
You just leaned into people and whispered into their ear, I made that.
Yes. Like when Joe Biden used to whisper to Barack Obama.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, you did. Like what? What is this?
Si se puedo.
Okay, from the texter, what are the possibilities of getting A. Marie to do a Brentwood Baddies rap? Well, I'm going to tell you this. I think they're high. I think they're very high.
Like when?
That
Right now.
he writes?
No, I'm not doing it.
Or that we just plug in the chat GPD like we do every other song we make?
I'm not doing it. I refuse.
Oh my God.
I can't believe
Amory said no to
yeah.
so. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise.
This is yes and radio, and she is no, please.
This curmudgeon over here.
Curmudgeon.
Listen up and gather around. Let me tell you a tale about the Brentwood Baddies. They never fail. Ruling the streets with a swagger so bold. They're a force to be reckoned with. Legends unfold. From the city's heart, they rise and shine. Fearless and fierce, they own the rhyme. Brentwood Baddies, they run the game, leaving their mark never the same. Brentwood Baddies in the house tonight, living large, ain't afraid to ignite. From dusk till dawn, they own the streets. Unstoppable, they can't be beat.
Chat GPT once again crushed it.
Because they know about streetwise hustlers. They know the game. Building an empire, they've earned the fame. Dripping in style, they're the talk of the town. Every step they take, they wear the crown.
All right. You
All right.
need to
Good
copy
job.
and paste that into our company email and then forward to everyone.
Grit in their veins, determination so raw, they break down barriers, shatter the law. Brentwood Baddies, they're on the rise, a force of nature you can't disguise.
This thing keeps going.
There's bridges and choruses and outros.
This is the friggin' Freebird version of the Brentwood Baddies.
So raise a toast to the Brentwood crew, Baddies with heart, their spirit true. In the urban jungle, they carved their way. Brentwood Baddies forever, come what may.
Thank you for that, Fred.
My goodness. Well, thank ChatGPT.
Also, the rendition of it matters.
You barely were able to rhyme that. I would give that a 4.
4 Brentwood Baddies. That checked.
Mm-hmm. 4 Brentwood Baddies. That's like 40 because they're all 10s.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. If you're voting for the NFL Hall of Fame, if you're a guy who's like, we got to make a guy wait a year because reasons.
So why do you think the NFL Hall of Fame is not important, but the Baseball Hall of Fame is?
History. America.
What do you mean?
Are you familiar with baseball?
Yes, I am.
Great. That is the only explanation that you really need.
Okay.
Then why is football so important? More people care about it
Then what?
than baseball.
Well, hold on. What are we doing here? We're talking like worldwide because it's not even close.
Oh, I'm just saying that football dominates.
At what?
Ratings?
No.
Okay, if when a team
That
wins
didn't-
the World Series, they are the world champions.
Correct. And the
When
world.
a team wins the Super Bowl, they are the United States champions. Quit calling the Super Bowl winners the world champions.
That's really
People
funny.
from around the world play baseball.
All over
the
the world.
United States of America plays football.
Every single country that we have invaded plays baseball.
Coincidence? I think not.
Think
You're
not.
welcome.
Yeah.
What is more watched, the Super Bowl or the World Series?
Well, see, here's where you get caught up because the answer is the World Series.
World Series is 7 games.
7 games.
I'm here for this right now, and I appreciate baseball, and I love baseball. I just don't know why you're dissing on the NFL Hall of Fame.
Well, because it's not important.
It's important to people who have invested their career in some of the best of all time.
No.
You might just not agree with the process of becoming in the Hall of Fame.
Are in it. And I'll give you an example that is directly relevant to Mike Shanahan.
Oh, here we go.
Terrell Davis is in it. And he is not a Hall of Famer. But the guy who coached him is not in it? And you're going to tell me those same voters are the reason? I'm telling you, it's not about the prestige of the thing. It's about weird messaging because Mike Shanahan was mean to him and we reported. But they're going to put in 3-year flash in the pan Terrell Davis.
Well, I think Mike Shanahan can't get in because of nepotism. Because he's still got a kid. He's still got a kid that's a coach.
Is
And
that a
would show-
rule?
That would show favoritism.
Is that a rule?
The voters would show favoritism because the family is still an active family in NFL. The bloodline has to die before you get into the NFL, I think.
I apologize.
that
I just
somewhere.
don't understand why both can't be great. The Baseball Hall of Fame and the NFL Hall of Fame.
Well, one's greater.
Yeah, they're tiers.
They're greater.
Tiers.
For
Okay.
Fears, love them.
I'm not familiar with that.
What?
I am a big fan of Cooperstown.
It's the best one.
Who is Cooper?
Got his own town.
Oh, where's this town in?
It's really cool.
Trying to get there. Hang out.
In Schefter's defense, Mike Shanahan is a Hall of Fame coach.
Oh, 100%.
He's a Hall of Fame coach.
That's on
for sure.
Adam Schefter's not wrong. Adam Schefter's upset that he doesn't get a Hall of Fame vote because he's a national hot take, breaking news, talking head corresponding boy, and he's not in the trenches of beat reporting, traveling with the team. That's what this thing is. Because every market gets whatever. It's a newspaper guy, it's a TV guy, it's a radio guy or whatever, and they all get to vote.
Right.
Yeah, like they know better. They do not know better than Adam Schefter. The baseball analogy is, why doesn't Bob Costas have a Hall of Fame vote? Because he's not a beat reporter.
Right.
Is there anyone more qualified to have a Hall of Fame vote than Bob Costas? There's not.
He might be a little too uppity. I think they got it right.
Tired of all these uppity Costas things.
Know-it-all Bob Costas thinks he's better than everybody just because he's a walking dictionary of all of sports history.
Yeah, just because he knows every
Who's
single
better at
aspect of it.
calling the game than anyone at any sport ever.
Hey, Marie, would you rather we praise your Minnesota Vikings when we get back, or would you rather we bury Vans, Green Bay Packers.
Bury the Green Bay Packers.
We're doing that whenever we get back. 2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Clear.
Thank you.
Reported at Carlisle and Roma. You've got northbound delays there. There's also a new crash at Wyoming and Constitution with north and southbound delays. There's a crash at Eubank and Lomas, also with north and southbound delays. Plus that SWAT situation. That's at Trumbull and Mesilla. The police have asked that you please avoid the area.
This report is brought to you by Malloy Los Lunas.
During the Labor Day sales event at Malloy Ram and Los Lunas, get up to $5,000 cash back on a new 2023 Ram 1500. Plus, current owners get another $1,000. Offer in September 5th, so go to MalloyRam.com for details today.
Always see dealer for details.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years.
The opening drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ.
Get to watch Darby next week.
Everybody asking Broncos about Hackett, and you get a shot at your old coach. And you get Aaron with a chance to defend his buddy, Nathaniel.
I get to watch Darby next week.
And Russell Wilson, that baggage is on him too. He took advantage of a rookie head coach.
I haven't heard it put that way, but that might be why I feel the way I feel about Russell Wilson. I didn't really realize.
Weekday mornings from 7 till 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Have a guest at 5:30.
Is picking up extra shifts, but now you want to be the boss.
So then make this next segment like 5 minutes.
Okay.
You're on time.
To everyone. And for more than 75 years, University of Maryland Global Campus has helped working adults like you succeed again. Choose
I can't wait.
programs with online and hybrid courses. No application fee if you apply by August 31st. Learn more at umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
Captain, better buckle your seatbelts for this one. I saw my passport expired, so I went to Staples, got a passport photo lickety-split. While I was there, I grabbed some tiny travel soap and shampoo. I should have got some from my co-pilot. Just kidding, Brad.
Staples has everything for travel. 10-minute passport photos, luggage, headphones, even personal travel items. And now at Staples, get $10 off your purchase of $30 or more when you buy a travel service. Staples, your first stop to nonstop travel. Ends 9/16. In-store only. Exclusions apply.
These days, it's important to know people and businesses you can trust. There's a lot of places where you can buy a vehicle. There's only a few local dealerships where you'll find honest people who have your best interests in mind. And Fiesta Subaru is one of them. We've been helping our neighbors save money and drive dependable cars for years, and we'd love to help you. With new Subarus arriving daily, you're going to love our selection and the peace of mind you'll get driving a Subaru from Fiesta. So stop by and see us today at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas, or just start driving now at fiestasubaru.com.
You've been putting back a few, and a few becomes a few too many. For a moment, you think of calling for a ride, but no. You live nearby. What's the worst that could happen? You get pulled over. Your insurance goes up. You lose your license. You total your car. You kill someone. The results of driving drunk are tragic. That's why law enforcement is out there looking for impaired drivers to save lives. So if you think you're okay to drive after a few drinks, think again. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
The Angie's List you know and trust is now Angie, and we're so much more than just a list. We still connect you with top local pros and show you ratings and reviews, but now we also let you compare upfront prices on hundreds of projects and book a service instantly. We can even handle the rest of your project from start to finish. So remember, Angie's List is now Angie, and we're here to get...
All right, we're coming back to 6 minutes in this segment.
Okay.
That's ANGI, or download the app today.
The king of sports talk.
I have not given myself no credit lately.
The Jim Rome Show. Weekdays at 10.
Mike is hot.
5.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Slap that excited look on your face. Time for a watermelon walk-off.
Those are dangerous.
Dangerously delicious.
Absolutely. 100%.
So I told you we were going to bury the Green Bay Packers. That was my bit.
That's nice.
What has happened? And I feel dumb.
Okay.
Because this shouldn't have happened.
Sorry to hear that, but let's go.
What has happened is I will read the word love in quotes and think that people are talking about Jordan Love.
Okay.
They're not. They're talking about how they love things about the NFL. And because that's an energy that I don't immediately always have about the NFL, I think it's always going to be digs at Jordan Love, not Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs,
Yeah.
right? Or Trayvon.
No, the better one.
Okay.
But it's not what I originally thought it was, which was Jordan Love complaining that fans and NFL training camps are taking footages of one-on-ones and then posting their opinions on the outcomes of the plays and making fun of the players. The story actually was J.J. Watt loves seeing that. J.J. Watt wants the fan videos critiquing players and then pointing out how ignorant their opinion is. J.J. Watt, get a hobby, brother. Get a hobby.
Well, I get it. I mean, how many camps did he go through? How many preseasons did J.J. Watt play? You know how many reps that dude had? Thousands upon thousands of reps throughout his career. He's a Hall of Fame level player, but he gets beat every once in a while. He gets stuffed every once in a while. And if you get that small little sample size on tape, he's going to look like a fool for 12 seconds.
He goes on to say, it's a one-on-one drill. Someone has to win and someone has to lose.
And it's not like you did it once for the championship. You're doing it dozens and hundreds of times throughout the course of a year. You're going to get shook every once in a while. Even the best ones do it.
Here's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Let's use any profession. Professional talk show host.
Okay.
If you go to the internet and look at the opinions of people who are not also professional talk show hosts, if you're a professional comedian,
okay,
if you're a professional athlete,
okay,
if you go and you find review of your craft by someone who is not directly involved in your craft, that is a pointless review. Praise, cheer, or jeer, I don't care. Don't put weight into the review of something when you don't have a baseline of intelligence or understanding of it in the first place.
Accurate as one could get.
Yes. J.J. Watt, do not care about the blue, blue, blue fan giving you a review of anything. This is why I don't trust Rotten Tomatoes.
Sharks aren't really worried about the opinions of seals.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
Don't they both eat?
Not recording artist seal.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Sharks don't go as hard as people think they do, too. They've got a bad PR team.
God, sign up the Orca people.
The Orca PR team was through the roof for some time.
Fantastic.
They have fallen from grace.
Yeah. Man, we used to call them killer whales.
Used to.
Yeah. Swerved that one.
Yeah, they were in the same categories as bees.
Mm-hmm. The Africanized killer ones.
That's what it was. So watch out.
They're just bees now. Good job, HR.
You have to state to me your value before I will ever consider your opinion on a craft that I recognize you not being familiar in.
Right.
Have to. Now, if you can show an adjacent value, if you can do something of that nature, I'll give you an example. Teller vodka.
Right.
I can critique the taste of delicious, mouth-watering Teller vodka.
Because you're an alcoholic.
Because I'm an alcoholic.
That's right.
Yep.
Hey, if global warming's so real, how come it snows every January? Look, I don't want your opinion, Rick. All right? I'll ask Steve Stucker. I'll text him right now.
I saw Steve today.
Yeah. Good dude.
Yeah, good dude, right?
The best dude.
So I saw Steve today, and he's leaving the radio station. I'm coming in. We meet in the elevator, and we do the move where we both try to go left, and then we both try to go right. You know, today's I-9 varsity.
Okay.
All right, today's I-9 varsity is the I-9 varsity of awkward moments.
Thought you could go with dance moves.
All right, I'm going to change it up. Embarrassing, because it was embarrassing.
Okay.
So
for whom?
I don't know. So it's
well, Steve can just go underneath you.
Today's I-9 varsity, the varsity of embarrassing moments, and you can get that from us at 5:45. Whenever we get back, Michael Peterson sits down with us. We're going to talk a little bit about Isotopes baseball.
Yeah, baby.
Live from the ballpark. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Staples Store.
Clear.
Staples has great prices on everything you need for back to school. Right now, 2-pocket poly folders and an 8-pack of Staples No. 2 pencils are just 50 cents. Offer ends 8/26. Pricing and limits may vary in store and online. School on, save on at Staples.
We got a new accident reported at Carlisle and Roma. You've got northbound delays there. There's also a new crash at Wyoming and Constitution with north and southbound delays. There's a crash at Eubank and Lomas, also with north and southbound delays. Plus that SWAT situation, that's at Trumbull and Mesilla, where police have asked that you please avoid the area. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years.
I'm Erin Hawksworth, here to help you beat the books with BetQL. The Cubs host the Royals today in an interleague series opener at Wrigley. The BetQL model likes the Cubs as a -175 favorite. They are 48-22 after a one-run win under Dave Ross as manager, and after they just beat the White Sox 4-3 in walk-off fashion. I'm Erin Hawksworth. Bet smarter, beat the books. Download the BetQL app and the Bet app.
You've been putting back a few, and a few becomes a few too many. For a moment, you think of calling for a ride, but no, you live nearby. What's the worst that could happen? You get pulled over, your insurance goes up, you lose your license, you total your car, you kill someone. The results of driving drunk are tragic. That's why law enforcement is out there looking for impaired drivers to save lives. So if you think you're okay to drive after a few drinks, think again. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail. The ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way. Offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional grade products. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
In today's home mortgage market, it's important for consumers looking for a mortgage to shop around. The reason? We have just come out of the lowest rates in history, and many homeowners jumped in to take advantage, and mortgage lenders across the country were making huge profits. Today, the mortgage volume is a fraction of that, and these mortgage companies are in a panic with profits falling off the cliff. So what are they doing? They're charging borrowers interest rates and fees much higher than they deserve. That's because the higher rate and higher fees, the more profit. In other words, the lenders are maximizing profits on the backs of consumers. They are counting on borrowers not shopping that mortgage around. Indigo Mortgage will always try to get the borrower the lowest rate with the lowest fees, and we have saved homeowners many thousands of dollars over the years. So shop and shop local with your trusted local mortgage company, Indigo Mortgage, 836-5700, or on the net at indigomortgage.net, NMLS 231962 and 188-348.
Keeping your kids safe is a full-time job. Whether it's putting on outlet covers, installing child gates, or gluing down your priceless vase. So Duracell made one part of childproofing simple. Our lithium coin batteries are the only ones coated in a non-toxic bitterant to help discourage swallowing. Your kid is safe.
It's okay?
One less thing to worry about. Or glue down.
You okay?
Engineered for more. Available in 2032, 2025, and 2016.
Are you serious?
At Grainger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail.
Oh.
Who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business.
Maybe if he wouldn't wear jeans.
Offering access
Maybe if he'd wear shorts and not jeans.
to what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional grade products. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
These days, it's important
Yes.
in businesses you can trust. There's a lot of
Are you guys good to come back in 30 seconds?
Yes, please.
local dealerships where you'll find honest people who have your best interests in mind. And Fiesta Subaru is one of them. We've been helping our neighbors save money and drive dependable cars for years, and we'd love to help you. With new Subarus arriving daily, you're going to love our selection and the peace of mind you'll get driving a Subaru from Fiesta. So stop by and see us today at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas, or just start driving now at fiestasubaru.com.
The only part of your morning that does
Here you go.
the opening drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Weekday morning,
You guys ready? Hello.
9 FM and AM 610. The Sports App.
Ready? Ready? Bueller. Okay, your mic's hot.
Back on the program. Michael's not here.
Efforting Michael
We have
Peterson.
Buck Burnett here.
Oh, let's go on that.
Hey, all right,
He said
let's
Michael Peterson.
go.
We met Aaron Buck Burnett. He is the co-owner of Duke City Championship Wrestling. Anytime you buy a ticket for Duke City Championship Wrestling, you're putting money in Daddy's pocket. And also Unky Aaron. Unky Aaron, welcome to the show. How are you, brother?
Good. What are you guys doing?
Just talking about wrestling at a baseball game.
I like that. We were talking about wrestling today too on News Radio KKOB.
What's that? You get any feedback?
No, I didn't get any feedback from anybody, but I mean, I got a lot of feedback online last night through social media.
Isn't that nice?
Oh, dude, it was it was all really, really good feedback.
It's wild to me how many pro wrestling fans are so excited about when Aaron did like alternative rock radio so many years ago. It's like the conversation we run into so many people where they're like, I remember Buck from this. It'll be something I've never heard of before.
Natural segue.
It's funny. I was actually talking to one of the firemen because we had a bunch of firemen show up last night, and they just like parked their rig in the middle of the street, and we're watching the event.
Nice.
And I was sitting there chatting with one of them, and then he came back and he was like, "Hey, you're Buck, right?" And I was like, "Yes, I am. I am in all my non-glory."
Isn't that wild to be like, yeah, some years ago I really identified as this on-air radio persona.
Right.
But now I'm into the world of pro wrestling. It's either a progression or a pivot, and I don't know which. You were there at the event last night, Aaron. Do we have an official ticket count? All I've got in there are approximates.
I think we were probably somewhere in the 400 to 450 people range.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. We had higher aspirations, so we were a little bit shy of where we thought we were going to be. But it felt like the energy of 600 people at the historic El Rey, huh?
It felt like 1,000 people to me. It was nuts. Absolutely nuts.
Did you get a wink of sleep last night, Buck? Because the energy was absolutely electric, and I know I felt it for hours after the show.
Well, I woke up yesterday morning at probably like 4 o'clock. So yes, I did get some sleep after that. After I walked 18,000 steps yesterday, yes, I did get some sleep.
Did you have a highlight of the night?
You know what? Honestly, I mean, obviously, anytime Hobo Hank wrestles, it's always a highlight. But our new guys, I actually got to talk to a couple of our new guys, and I really enjoyed what they did in the ring, inside and out. Nice guys, nice gals, and not to say anything bad about the OG wrestlers that we have going with us. But it was nice to see some of these new guys and just come down and be super excited about it. I mean, we had people in from Indiana. We had people in from St. Louis. We had people from northern New Mexico. It was really cool. Great event.
We need to step aside, Aaron, so we can sit down with Michael Peterson. But thank you for taking a couple minutes with us.
Yeah. See ya.
Michael, go ahead and jump on with this mid-broadcast.
Let's jump right in here.
Yeah, we're going to have a bit of a wait. Michael Peterson joining us on the show.
We're doing introductions on air.
We'll do them on air. Michael, welcome, brother. How are you?
Not too bad. How about you guys?
Doing well,
Good,
my man. Welcome to Talk Radio. Welcome to Live Radio. Excited to have you here, and congratulations on the first save. Let's go.
Thank you.
What's it like saving a game that's 20-19? Because that's the PCL.
Yeah, I always heard the rumors of this place being a launching pad and this league being an absolute beast to play in.
Yeah.
And seeing it firsthand, it's crazy.
They talk about it like it's a haunted house or something.
Oh, man. No, you're not kidding. One of my first games here, we were up, I want to say, like, maybe we were down, like 9-1 or something crazy.
You blinked, it changed.
Oh, yeah. They said, like, hey, this game could be close. I'm like, it's 9-1. No, it won't. Sure enough, ends up being 10-9 end of the game.
Yeah.
20-7 game 2 nights ago, and you're never out of it.
Oh, no. No, it's crazy.
Hey, first off, before we get into this, headband game, very strong.
On point.
That is so sweet. Where'd you score that one?
Man, that's a good question. This one may have came from my travels in Carolina. I have a bunch of them. I have one from Nigeria, one from England, one from California. Wherever I go, I find some good fabric. I pick it up.
Speaking of England, you were born there, correct? I mean,
Yep.
you still have your dual citizenship?
No, actually, I'm working on that right now.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been working on it with some of the guys from the Great Britain team so I could go and play more with them.
So when Forrest said we're going to have you on today, I was like, does he still have his English accent? And he said, Van, he left when he was a baby.
Never got to pick it up, which is a shame.
At least you say that, because Van pretends to have a transatlantic like accent all the time.
I have all of them.
He does, and when he's really upset and he's trying to argue with someone, whenever you're ready, Van, go into your.
I'm going to pass right now. Let's keep this about Michael.
Michael Peterson joining us on the program. He pitches for the Ice Tubs. Your debut in AAA was this year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were in Hartford all last season.
I was injured all last season,
okay.
actually. Yeah. Then come back from a TJ, which wasn't the funnest.
Like, you have cadaver in you?
No, I got it pulled out of my left side.
Oh God!
Just
did both of your hands not work for a minute?
Oh yeah, no. Funny story about that one was I get surgery. Next day, I'm flying back to. I got it in St. Louis. I was flying back to California, to Arizona, to do our rehab. I go through TSA and they see a guy with both arms casted.
Oh no!
And instead of just saying, okay, this guy clearly isn't a threat, they're like, oh, we need to search you because we can't send you through the normal thing. So they're patting me down, doing all this stuff. Like, what happened? I'm like, I had surgery. And they're like, when? Like a week ago? I'm like, yesterday. They're like, oh, we shouldn't be doing this. I'm like, no, you shouldn't. Then I finally land in Arizona and my car's a stick shift. And so I had to get to the complex.
Oh, yes.
A smarter man would just Ubered, but I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. And so I'm trying to drive using my left hand to push my gear forward, knee to hold the wheel straight.
Yeah.
It was
when
a pain.
you're already very confused because in England they drive on the other side of the road.
Sure.
So there is some confusion there. That's so funny. I mean, like you get on the you're at TSA and you have like the Great Britain passport, and you're like, no, I promise. You can Google me.
Yeah.
Like actual sources, not just my company softball team. Technically, this is all a company softball team.
That's cool that they used your own pieces.
Yeah, yeah.
I had a knee reconstruction. And I told them to put in a track athlete, and they just put in a older, slower white guy.
Oh no!
It's not the one that
you didn't get your Olympic knee
no.
back.
I was like, what's Usain Bolt doing next weekend? And they're like, no.
How did Tommy John come to you? Was it a recommendation? Was it a must-have? What was the process of that?
Yeah. So actually, it was me trying to say no. It was in spring training. It happened. I didn't really feel it. I felt warmth and whatnot, but it didn't hurt. And so I was like, oh, I'm fine. They're like, let's get an MRI just to check. Fully torn, and they're like, well, you have to go get surgery. And I'm like, well, if it's fully torn, I can't tear it more, so can I just not?
Yeah.
They're like, that's not how it works. You're getting surgery. And so that's basically how that went.
And that's an entire year of just rehab. That's at the team facility. That's the same doctor every day, the same physical therapist every day.
Oh yeah. In Arizona when it's 1,000 degrees.
Yes, not for me.
Yeah.
Did you have the Henry Rowan Gardner effect after your surgery, and you could throw like 130, or is it kind of just like back to the same baseline?
More or less. No, I woke up and just threw it straight from center field, straight to the pitch.
Played in the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah.
Is that the wildest thing?
I keep saying it's the funnest I've had.
Yeah.
The funnest baseball I've ever played.
I've heard. We've been so fortunate to talk to a couple guys, and they were kind of sharing that it's just like one big fellowship festival.
100%.
Yeah.
And I've never played in a World Series game, but I kind of called it the World Series atmosphere because you have everyone cheering. You have country. I mean, I remember when I got there, we had videos being sent in from kids in England and their classes cheering us on. They've probably never seen baseball ever.
Yeah.
And so you have this whole thing going on, but there isn't the grind of, oh man, if I make this error, I may not play. There isn't this grind of, I need to make this pitch. I need to do this. You want to do it because you want to win, and that's where it stops. And so even after we had lost some games that we played well, people were still in a good mood versus it being a, man, we just lost and now we're out of this. And it was just really fun.
Besides Michael Peterson, who's the best English baseball player?
Oh, good question.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Trevor Hoffman.
Ooh, legend.
Okay,
I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure he was either a coach or he had played or had some form of English, either a grandparent or something. I would give it to Trace Thompson also or Gabo, but Trace is technically with us through Bahamas, so I don't know if he would want that.
I count it.
Has he ever swung a cricket stick?
As long as he had some teas and crumpets, he'd be fine.
So joining part of the team, was that an interesting process? Because what you drafted like 6 times or something?
Yeah.
like you have like a crazy story. Like did the World Baseball Classic team call you and you like hit ignore the first time, make them call again? Was it you made them play the game?
The funny part is I've always wanted to play for that team. I've always wanted to play for Great Britain since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I always grew up saying that was going to be my team. My dad was always annoyed because I played for the U.S. team, and I was like, don't get me wrong, I'd been sick, but I was like, Great Britain, yeah, it'll be fun to do. I get to go to my heritage and whatnot. And I was playing in Wisconsin, and I got this email from a guy that was in Canada, and he was like, hey, would you ever want to play for Team Great Britain and this, that? And I'm like, this has got to be a scam.
Yeah.
And so I start like looking him up, and instead of emailing him back, I'm pretty sure I called him because I was like, okay, I see he was a coach for a team in Canada. So I'm like, okay, I can call that guy. I know that's real. And then if it turns out that he was when they emailed me, then we'll start because they're asking stuff like, oh, we need to get your passport number. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's how you lose your Social Security.
Yes,
so
100%.
I'm not going out like that. And it turned out that he was like, no, I'm serious. Would you like to play? And then they didn't respond. And I was like, okay, that's kind of crappy. And then when the World Baseball Classic was getting ready during actually the COVID year, they were sending out pamphlets saying, do you want to play for Great Britain? And I get a pamphlet, and I was like, no one's reached out to me. So I emailed this guy again. I'm like, hey, I'd love to play. They kind of go, well, what's your level of expertise? Have you played before? Blah, blah. Oh, yeah. And so I sent them a video, and I was like, oh, this is me pitching. I don't really have any other videos or anything. I can't really fly out to show you. And then the next day I got an email back, like, would love to have you on the team. You're on it. I'm like, oh, sweet.
Yeah. Here's a video of me throwing BBs. Do you need anything better than this?
You were talking about the nightmares and the fear of the altitude here. I mean, does it affect like, just the trajectory and the heat coming off of the bat? Does it affect some of your pitches as well?
Oh, pitches, absolutely. Yeah. Depending on what you throw, but like your breaking ball won't break as much. High spin fastballs won't spin as much. And so you may go out there thinking, oh, I have this high spin fastball. There's no way they hit it. I'll throw it at the top of the zone. And it turns out that it's just not that. And so it ends up getting absolutely rocked, which sucks.
Is that an immediate head down moment for you? Like when you missed your spot, when you just plate one, and then a guy that teaches you a professional lesson.
Yesterday, I gave up a good one, and I never even turned around. I literally was finished, and I looked straight over the first base dugout, and there was a point where it must have gone 1,000 feet in the air because nobody had moved. And so I'm looking around. I'm like, did it go foul? I'm like, I'm not turning my back. I'm not going to look at it because one of those things that the minute you look at it, it's real. And so I kept looking out, and finally the umpire lifted his hand to throw me a baseball. And I'm like, yep, there we go.
Oh, gosh.
You got some serious gloves in the outfield, though.
Yeah.
So you have some confidence to attack the zone when you got these kind of defense out here.
Honestly, everyone. I've seen some crazy players from my infield, outfield. Tuck had a great rob. Shunk, my first outing here, actually dove over the tarp and made a great fly ball catch. Nice. And it's been really fun. My dad always joked about it that the higher you go, the better your defense goes. So your numbers may even get better. And everyone goes, oh, how's that happening? It's like, well, because you have elite players behind you. You can just pitch the contact and they'll make the play as long as you keep it in the yard.
Yeah. That's kind of an interesting approach that I don't think we necessarily hear a lot of pitchers like admit to. There's to me, pitching is like you ever go to a new barber and they want to give you like a really sharp haircut? They give you like a really cool hair. I just think the regular white guy haircut. Just let me sit down. Where are those pitchers? Where are the guys that are like, yeah, I'm trying to induce ground balls. Like those guys don't claim that.
No, it's tough because it really does get the job done. If you go and get a couple ground balls, get out of the inning in 7 innings or 7 pitches, it's like, all right, you can pitch another inning versus I punched the side, but I threw 15 pitches and now you're done and someone else has to get hot. And
there's something extreme too about and a reliever is a little bit different than a starter, but it's the guys are moving around behind you. They're making plays. They're contributing to the game. They're more in my opinion, in the game as opposed to just sitting on their heels and looking for 4-leaf clovers in some of these fields.
100%.
What's it like playing here at the Lab? Because I don't know if Isotopes fans and the friends of our show know how spoiled they are to have this stadium. This is kind of as close as you can get to the bigs, right?
Oh yeah, no, this place is amazing. Even traveling around our league, looking at it, it compares to almost any other team, if not better than anywhere else we've been. Definitely being in the bullpen. This is one of the nicest pens in the entire league. Thank goodness. Round Rock's a nice place, but man, that bullpen sucked. No, it's amazing. And honestly, the fans have been amazing here too. I can hear them cheering and stuff. It's cool to have that atmosphere. Even on nights where it's not that packed, you still hear people being like really into the game, which is really cool.
Whenever you are in a July or an August and it's the doldrums of the summer, what's the bullpen distraction? What's the go-to game? What is the thing the boys are doing that we might not be seeing as fans?
True Fred Slow fashion, stealing my next question. Well done.
It definitely changes game to game. Depending on where we are, we'll be either talking about where to eat, what's good to do. There's always riddles. We picked up a Wikipedia game, and we'll talk about who's the quickest to get through the Wikipedia game, which is basically someone says a word like beer can. You start with beer can, and you have to work your way to parking lot. You have to see how you can get to parking lot through only blue links.
So much fun. And I thought it was all Pokemon Go.
No.
Shows you what I know.
Only when you're walking to breakfast.
Mike says, yeah, we do that too. Michael Peterson, thank you for sitting down with us, brother. Thank you for taking a couple minutes. This was really nice. This was a fun thing. Anything we missed? You got anything going on in your hometown? Anything? Anyone? Mom, you got to say hi to Mom.
Yeah, I should probably say hi to Mom, Dad, my brother.
We'll send them to Spotify. They'll be set up.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Michael Peterson of your Albuquerque ISOs. Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, man.
Whenever we get back, we wrap up I guess this is our last final hour of the week.
Let's go.
The I-9 Varsity, and then Josh Sushan joins us. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by GeneratorFranchise.com. Millions protect their homes from power outages with Generac home standby generators. Would you like to be part of this lucrative industry? Generator Supercenter, the nation's #1 Generac generator dealer, has limited franchise opportunities in your area. Learn more at GeneratorFranchise.com.
Looking better out there. We've got 2 accidents left. Crash cleanup at Eubank and Lomas. A little bit of a northbound delay there. There's also crash cleanup at Carlisle and Roma. Northbound delays as well. And a SWAT situation at Trumbull and Mesilla. Police have asked that you please avoid that area.
This report is brought to you by Malloy Los Lunas.
During the Labor Day sales event at Malloy Jeep in Los Lunas, get up to $2,500 cash back plus employee pricing on a brand new 2023 Jeep Wrangler. When you think Jeep, think Malloy Jeep in Los Lunas. MalloyJeep.com.
Always see dealer for details.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years.
The Opening Drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Richard Pitino is the third-year head coach of Global Men's Basketball.
The beauty of sports is it's not that my job is any more important than anyone else's. Everybody's job is important, but it is a great lesson in life. Because we have no idea with rules, the way this thing is all evolving, what the future holds. So I'm grateful for today. I'm appreciative of the opportunity that has been given to me, and that's all that we have. Nothing else is promised.
Weekday mornings from 7 till 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Discover credit cards automatically double all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year, which means, wait, hold up. Question for the audio engineer.
Go ahead.
Did I read that right? Discover automatically doubles all your cash back?
Yeah, that's what the script says.
So if I get a Discover card right now, I can earn twice the cash back.
Apparently. Wait. Unlimited first-year cash back match. Only from Discover. See terms and learn more at discover.com/match.
Did you know that driving under the influence of marijuana is illegal? Driving high will get you a DUI. And if you're wondering if law enforcement can tell you're driving high, well, everyone else can. Friends,
I can tell you drove high.
parents,
I can tell when you drive high.
relatives.
I can tell. You drove here high, didn't you?
So what makes you think law enforcement can't?
I can tell.
If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA.
Eric Strauss here. The altitude, the UV, it really beats up your stucco and makes it look ucco. I hired CertaPro painters to repaint my stucco, and now my house looks brand new. They're clean, honest, thoughtful, and they have the attention to detail to save you from painting and the mess. Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. Schedules fill up fast, so now's the time to plan for your project. Schedule your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C for your home or business.
Keeping your kids safe is a full-time job. Whether it's putting on outlet covers, installing child gates, or gluing down your priceless...
Giving up one more minute.
Duracell made of childproof.
2 more minutes.
Our lithium coin batteries are the only ones coated in a non-toxic bitterant to help discourage swallowing. Your kid is safer, and you've got one less thing to worry about. Or glue down. Duracell, engineered for more. Available in 2032, 2025, and 2016 sizes.
At Granger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail. The ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way, offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional grade products. Call, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Gambling is more than slot machines and table games. Today, it also includes betting on sports at casinos, sports books, online wagering, at game day gatherings, and on the golf course. Make a game plan for sports betting. Set a limit for how much you'll bet and stick to it. If you're wagering too much or concerned about a family member's gambling, reach out. The Responsible Gaming Association of New Mexico funds confidential help for problem gambling. Call the helpline or visit rganm.org.
It's on. Yes, the countdown is on to the return of live horse racing at the Downs at Albuquerque. It all begins Saturday, September 1st at 6:05 p.m. Racing days are Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays with additional days during the fair. See you at the Albuquerque Downs racetrack. Weekends at the Downs has your favorite games, live music, great dining with 30 screens, and your games on. Watch and wager on simulcast racing, karaoke Tuesdays, and
We're coming back.
market and other Expo New Mexico events. Only at Casino at the Downs.
The Duke City's home for sports.
Hell yeah. That's a yes.
This is 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Mike is hot.
Back live from Ice Hills Park, joining us on the broadcast. Friend of the show. I spent all morning today watching mic'd up segments for the UNM Lobos, spilling ice cream on Van's laptop. Brandon Ortega.
Super close.
Awesome.
I was like this close to dripping.
What an awesome surprise. See, when you're here at the lab, Fred, you're going to meet the most talented and brightest stars all over Albuquerque, and there's not a bigger one than Brandon Ortega right here.
And then there's me eating ice cream.
I watched all of Brandon's mic'd up things today because I wasn't caught up on them all.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Can you just send me the template you use? Because I want to do it to Van. I want to create a mic'd up of Van.
I'll shoot them for you every day.
Thank you. You're the best. You're the absolute best.
So
They're super fun.
sure you want me walking around all day with a lapel mic?
I shot 2 more today. One you can look forward to on the UNM Lobo FB social media is the Lobos went paintballing today.
Oh, that's fun.
They've been grinding the last 13, 14 days in training camp, and some Lobos earned some much needed fun time. A little fun day, and I got to go paintballing with them. Well, I was just documenting it, but I did have a mask on because those paintballs were flying everywhere, and I did get hit a couple times.
I took one in the neck a long time ago.
Yeah, a couple guys did today. Yeah,
it is for real.
Yes,
they leave whelps.
Yeah,
is whelp a word? They leave whelps.
Oh yeah, I think I have one. One right here.
Well, were you upset because since you took the job with UNM, since you left KOB in the dust, since you took the job, you only dress now like a junior high basketball coach.
Play-by-play here. Brandon had to peel away the microphone
to be fair,
he could take a bite of ice cream.
To be fair, I would dress like that at KOB too when I was reporting.
Excellent point.
Which was a lot of days too. But yeah, when you're anchoring, you got to wear the suits, you got to wear the ties, the jackets. That's a whole nother ball game.
Today's I-9 Varsity, the I-9 Varsity of embarrassing things. League Office 280 at i9sports.com.
I thought you were going to say soft serve flavors at the lab because that's what I'm doing right now.
Is this radio show not real to you? Do you just eat ice cream during the middle of it?
If I don't eat it, it's going to melt away.
We at one
and drip on Van's laptop.
At one point in the last calendar year, we were the #1 sports talk radio show in this great community, and you're just going to soft serve it in.
You're #1 in my heart.
You can just hear him chewing on air. I could hear him eating ice cream.
I don't like it.
Audibly.
Maybe actually that Brandon Ortega is starting off I-9 Varsity by awkward moments when eating on live radio.
Yes, that might be what
you know what? This is what you guys get for JJ and Jeff always eating in the morning. I listen to those guys every single morning on the opening drive, and they're always eating.
You brought your son
because it's breakfast time, so I don't blame them.
We're live at ISO Spark. You brought your son with you, which is great. We love your son.
Oh, yeah, you think I'm going to town on soft serve. He's destroying his chocolate
he's
soft serve.
destroying our tablecloth.
Yeah, R.I.P. tablecloth.
Oh, the napkins did not do its job. Oh, boy.
We have a whole milkshake's worth of chocolate soft serve
505
on our table.
0610 if you own a dry cleaner, because because the tablecloth for 2 Men On is in trouble. My embarrassing thing for I-9 varsity, I'll go first. Not believing in climate change.
Okay, that's a great one.
That's pretty embarrassing.
That is very embarrassing.
That you did, or that people in general have done?
Yeah, there's a certain type of person who doesn't, and that's embarrassing.
Okay. OG friend of the show. You don't have to ask questions here. The I-9 varsity, do whatever you want. You know that.
Well, I thought we were going off our own experiences, too.
Oh, sure, go that
too.
You can do whatever you want, Brandon, obviously.
I mean, in Fred's book, every costume I've ever worn for Halloween would be embarrassing for you because I was Robin in like 5 years in a row. So I know that's embarrassing in your book.
I went,
but not in my book.
I dressed up as Brandon Ortega. As
You did.
You sure did.
You did.
Legendary.
He went all out. He even shrunk himself.
The girl I was dating dressed up as Van.
Okay.
It's a true story.
That's a weird
Don't think I saw that
We
one.
have pictures which we need to put up on at Talk ABQ on
We
Instagram.
would need her permissions for that, and it's difficult for me to get a hold of her.
First, and due to time constraints, only answer
Yeah.
to the I-9 varsity of embarrassing moments
Uh-huh.
is when you ask a woman their due date,
Oh, God.
and they're just
no.
just a bigger lady,
And they're
she's
not,
not
pregnant?
not pregnant, just a sturdy gal, just a sturdy lady.
I don't like that one.
Yeah, that's that's very embarrassing.
Awkward.
Very embarrassing.
For sure.
Yep. Hey, Marie, you got one real quick?
Yeah, when you meet someone and they're like you act like you've met them for the first time, they're like, "Hey, Marie, I have met you 1,000 times."
Yeah, that's happened.
You
man.
do that. You're the king of that, Brandon.
Well, yeah.
Well, Brandon,
People come up to me like and legit are acting like I know them.
It's because you are legit, bro.
Man, yeah, it is. That is awkward, but I think I'm pretty good at meeting them halfway and acting like I know them too.
I agree completely. I have another one for you. For me, an embarrassing moment is not believing in vaccines.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Break. Go to break.
Mic drop.
Go to break.
I could do this subject for about 2 hours.
Thanks for having me, guys. I'm gonna go finish my ice cream.
Josh Sushan, whenever
Bye,
we get back.
Marie.
2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 16. Not believing that women have the choice to make about their own bodies. The sports animal.
Clear.
Hey, Marie, I was naming Republican things.
I got it.
Okay.
Better out there. We've got 2 accidents left. Crash cleanup at Eubank and Lomas. A little bit of a northbound delay there. There's also crash cleanup at Carlisle and Roma. Northbound delays as well. And a SWAT situation at Trumbull and Mesilla. Police have asked that you please avoid that area. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years.
When a cold comes on strong, knock it out with Vicks DayQuil Severe for max strength daytime relief. Just 1 dose of Vicks DayQuil Severe starts to relieve 9 of your worst cold and flu symptoms to help take you from 9 to none. Power through your day with Vicks DayQuil Severe, the daytime non-drowsy, coughing, aching, fever, sore throat, 9 to none medicine. Use as directed.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
These days, it's important to know people and businesses you can trust. There's a lot of places where you can buy a vehicle, but there's only a few local dealerships where you'll find honest people who have your best interests in mind. And Fiesta Subaru is one of them. We've been helping our neighbors save money and drive dependable cars for years, and we'd love to help you. With new Subarus arriving daily, you're going to love our selection and the peace of mind you'll get driving a Subaru from Fiesta. So stop by and see us today at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas, or just start driving now at fiestasubaru.com.
Gambling is more than slot machines and table games. Today, it also includes betting on sports at casinos, sports books, online wagering, at game day gatherings, and on the golf course. Make a game plan for sports betting. Set a limit for how much you'll bet and stick to it. If you're wagering too much or concerned about a family member's gambling, reach out. The Responsible Gaming Association of New Mexico.
You're coming back.
Help for problem gambling. Call the helpline or visit rganm.org.
K240BL Albuquerque is 95.9 FM, AM 610 KNML Albuquerque. The sports animal. Proud to be a Cumulus media station, even if they're not that proud of us.
Now betting for the sports animal, your afternoon drive. Number 2, men on, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Marie Castillo.
This is Two Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
Mike's up.
Let's go live at the ballpark. Joining us on this very broadcast, the broadcaster, the Albuquerque Isotopes, Josh Sue.
It looked like you guys and Roman Quinn became besties today.
Did he say nice things about us?
I just saw your interaction, and he smiled a lot and laughed a lot. It seemed like the three of you were I think he might be the third member of the show in the offseason, based on just the nonverbals I was getting.
Based on some things that are going outside of the professional broadcast, you are no longer the third member of the show.
Well, I never was. Hello, A-Marie. I hear it before we start every segment.
Hi, Josh.
So you got like your own thing with other people now? It's like me and Van don't matter anymore?
No, I literally hear at the start of the hour, it says your guy's name and A-Marie. So, yeah.
And for one segment, Josh Sushan.
Yeah. And the Josh Sushan. That's what it says.
So what's up, boys? How's the rest of the show been?
Fantastic. Like you said, we had a lot of fun with Roman Quinn.
Isn't he interesting?
Had a lot of fun with Michael Peterson.
He's
Some
so
good
funny.
gets today.
Yes.
Big personalities.
How about Forrest coming through for you guys?
Meh.
Yeah, I mean, what
whatever.
Are we doing here?
Okay.
Whatever.
No, Michael Peterson's fascinating, right?
Yeah. He's drafted 12 times.
My favorite part is when you say to him, so your mom's from Africa and your dad's from the United States, and how did they meet? And he's like, I don't know and I don't want to know.
Okay. Good answer, always.
He's like, oh, my dad did some business in London, and yeah, let's not.
Yeah. You can order anything through the mail. What?
What?
Hey.
I'll tell you what, Michael Peterson's got one heck of a future, too. I mean, fastball at 99 and one heck of a slider. Last night wasn't his best night, but he still looked really good.
He said last night he teed one up so bad it didn't even bother to turn his head to watch it leave the park.
I like people that are self-aware. Hey, look, there's a reason why you go to every level, and there's a reason why the Rockies want their AAA team at Albuquerque, because you make mistakes, they're going to get hit.
Right.
It's single A and double A. Maybe you can get away with mistakes, but you're not going to get away with it here. So you got to learn, right? And he's a quick learner.
30 minutes and some change before first pitch, and the lab is already buzzing here. A lot of people coming out for the Raglan shirt giveaway, and I think there's a special reason for that.
Yeah, Josh, how are you reacting?
Front page of the internet model, Josh Sushan. If you're wearing one, everybody wants one.
Correct. I cannot deny any of this.
Where is your Raglan t-shirt currently at, and can I have it?
The one that I wore for the photo shoot?
Yes.
It's in my closet in my house, and it would not fit you.
Okay.
There's only 2 sizes. And I was about to say, what if I cut the sleeves off? But that's the whole point of having a Raglan t-shirt. It's got the cooler sleeves.
I got to do you Belichick one, and I'll Zeke Elliott one,
Oh, that's a good
and we
look.
need to take a picture.
Oh, I like that.
I know what pose will do.
The swoosh.
The swoosh.
That's called the Swoosh Dylan.
That's why'd you add Dylan on there?
Because I was told. And also, here's the thing about us models. Is you want to share. I've never been the type of person who doesn't want to share in the modeling world.
Sure.
I want to help out struggling models.
Yes.
And, there's this guy here. His name is Dylan.
A lot of producers say they want to help out struggling models.
And so Dylan needs some help. So I decided, all right, I'll let him in on my photo shoot.
I mean, if you're not familiar with Dylan Storm, just go ahead and go to our Threads social media
Oh,
account.
yeah, Stormwatch.
At Talk ABQ. We're the official Storm Watchers. Hashtag Storm Chasers.
Yes.
Have you
He's just
posted
a good-looking dude.
Have you posted anything on your threads other than Dylan yet?
No.
Nope. Just
Will you
Dylan
ever?
Storm
Yeah,
pics.
we will not. We're dedicated to the bit.
Okay.
Leaning into
I
it.
respect that.
Yeah,
I respect leaning
No.
into something.
Josh, we live the gimmick here. You know,
Sure.
like this whole. It's all about the persona, and the persona is that Dylan Storm can be pursued but never caught. That's the idea of threads, I think.
I don't think anyone has an idea of what they want to do with threads. Like, I'll talk to people and say, like, okay, so for the most part, people look at Instagram as the look at me, I'm this fun person. And most people look at Twitter as this is like news and this is like, you know,
air quotes news.
Things like that. You know, and then Facebook is more like somewhere in the middle because most of the people who are on Facebook are people who you actually know. Most people on Instagram and Twitter you don't know. But no one seems to really have a philosophy of what they're doing with threads except for you guys.
Yeah, the Storm Chasers.
Such a cool name.
For sure.
Big game tonight for the Albuquerque Isotopes and the visiting Chihuahuas of El Paso. Josh, it has not been the last 2 weeks for the Isotopes. It has not been the last 2 weeks that the Isotopes would have wanted. They were at the top of the mix there for a minute. They're fall back to mid-pack a little bit. This team's got a chance at postseason play with a couple big days in front of them. Do they bounce back this weekend? Is it a big recovery one, setting them up for success next week?
I mean, at this point, every game matters, obviously.
Yes,
but here's the thing about this league. You know, we talk a lot about, the Isotopes roster keeps changing so much. Every team's roster keeps changing. Tacoma just got hot and came out of nowhere. You basically have 2 hot weeks. You go 10-2 or 11-1 over the last 2 weeks, and you can run away with this. So I think they withstood the storm.
Chasers.
Well done.
They withstood the storm that was in Round Rock. And now, you know, you're back home, got a chance to win at least 4 out of 6, maybe even 5 out of 6 here against your rivals. Then you got to, and then really to me, it's how they do on the road, right? You're going to go to Oklahoma City for 6, then you got to go to Sacramento for 6. That's a long time to be on the road, 2 different time zones. If you can get within striking distance at the end of that, then you can make a run.
Everybody's coming out tonight for the Raglan shirts and great Isotopes baseball. Everyone's coming out tomorrow for fireworks and great Isotopes baseball. Everyone's coming out Sunday for probably the best looking dude in Albuquerque, Jordan Pacheco, and his bobblehead night.
That's a good looking dude.
But after this action-packed weekend,
hey Van, did you know chisels are based off of Jordan Pacheco's jaw? Did you know that?
They were invented in reverse.
Yes. Did you know that? All right.
I do know that.
Finish that thought.
After this weekend, this is like the most important 2 weeks in the history of Isotopes baseball.
Ooh, really? I better step my game up.
They win out. You come back, win 3 out of 4, every 3 out of 4. You come back with a 750 winning percentage. You're in the heat of this thing throughout the whole rest of the season.
Yes, correct. Yes, all of that. I like it. And I have a Jordan Pacheco follow-up note.
Please do.
He got ejected yesterday, right?
Sure.
Imagine if he
Too good looking.
Everyone's talking about it.
Yeah.
Imagine if he gets ejected on his bobblehead night.
You have to.
Does everyone start throwing their bobbleheads onto the field? No, they're worth too much money.
What he does is he goes out there like D'Lo Brown in WWF and just shakes his head like crazy the whole time he yells.
I got your bobblehead.
Like a real upset block mom that the kids aren't inside before the street lights are on.
I saw Cole Tucker's back with us. I saw him
Welcome
today.
back.
All right,
and
congrats.
I said to him, I'm really happy to see you, but I really wish I was not seeing you.
Sure.
It's what you say to guys when they're AAA. Like, oh, it's great to see you. But I wish for your sake you didn't have to see me, right? Because then that means they're somewhere else. Anyway, so we were talking about this weekend, and somehow we started talking about Jordan Pacheco and his bobblehead, and Cole's like, yeah, I got to get like 30 of them. So Cole's on a mission to get like 30 bobbleheads of Jordan Pacheco.
I mean, it's easy. Just trade one lock of hair for a bobblehead. Just little snippets of that beautiful curly hair, 1 for 1 for a bobblehead.
Would you rather have Cole Tucker's beautiful flowing hair or Jordan Pacheco's jaw and chiseled face?
You're going to have to add a third option because I already have both, Susan.
Oh, Fred. Which one would you rather have?
I'd like to have my own bobblehead.
Good answer.
Okay.
You could get one of those online for like $20.
One of the first nights me and Josh ever really hung out like as friends, not professionally, we were hanging out with Sam Hilliard. He had just come back down from the Rockies, and we were sitting down at the local watering hole, just enjoying the night and talking about baseball and life and kind of all the things. It was a rain. We got canceled out due to rain.
Yeah.
So we go out to have a drink, and Sam's talking to us about that going from the major league level back down to AAA level, and I'm asking like what I guess at the time thought were like fun, like whatever questions, and he says, hey man, I'm here to work on the exact thing they tell me to work on.
Sure.
He's like, I'm here to fix the thing that they tell me will get me back to AAA. And he expressed to us, Josh, I don't know if you recall, how good the Rockies are about talking to you about what to do at the AAA level. Is it the same kind of thing whenever guys come back now? Is it that same story? Because I guess that happened to us maybe a year or two ago.
It varies. Sometimes you'll just get a coach that just says, hey, it's just a numbers game. There's nothing you can do. It's just a numbers game. So just go down there. Sometimes they'll say, hey, we want to cut down on the strikeouts. Hey, we want you to go down and get some more work at first base defensively at this position. Sometimes if it's a pitcher, hey, let's really work on the slider, or let's really work on fastball command. And if you're a really good, smart organization, then you do that because you want guys to have a plan when they come down. Otherwise, well, what am I supposed to do? And Sam's just such a good dude and really reflective of himself too. The other thing I remember about that conversation too with Sam was we were talking about like the ABS and the rules and things like that.
Yeah.
And I remember him saying back in the day, he was like, no, there's, don't ban the shift. You just should be able to hit the ball wherever you want. And now he's like, no, I like that there's only 2 infielders on both sides. And he also said, just because this guy's got 10 years in the big leagues and I have 10 days doesn't mean he should get a call and I should. Like the strike zone should be consistent.
Yeah.
It should be the same thing every day for every player. And I actually totally agree with that. I don't buy into the idea that, oh, he's earned that call because of his performance. No, a strike's a strike, a ball's a ball, an out's an out.
Well, then you can also magnify that like with pitchers.
Oh, there we go.
Pitchers will get it in their favor the other way. So you put a 10-year guy vet on the mound and a guy's been at the plate for 10 days. That's double modified.
Yeah.
Like, and get up in a tough spot. Who's on your pregame, Jeff?
Hunter Goodman, he hit his 30th home run yesterday. He's really good. We talked to him.
He's incredibly good at baseball.
Yeah.
Josh,
enjoy him now. I don't know how long he's going to be here.
Good point.
Josh is the best, except personally.
Love you, brother.
Only professionally is he the best. Personally, he's become 1B.
Strong disagree. Big setback today, not going to lie, with him as a friend and in person. But, I mean, just a quality human being.
Hey,
I can't say anything bad.
Hey, Marie, you did so good this week on KKOB.
Thank you.
Final words?
Too much for the time allotted, my friend, but anything we didn't cover, make sure you check out, well, not just Monday, but all next week on the opening drive with Jeff and Jason.
Bye.
Good job, everyone. GG.
See you tomorrow,